recording this video after, well, it's coming up to the close of trade, Tuesday 31st of January 2012. It is 2:46 p.m. Chicago time. Just want to get this video out, so I'm recording it before the close. Anyway, so interesting day. Just looking at the 135-minute chart, the E-mini, that is at es.d, so this is kind of day session only. I've been looking for this pullback in an uptrend to kind of go off, and it looks like with the end of today's activity, that level might be in. I mean, it's a possibility overnight we get some kind of bad news and this kind of ratchets down and prints a little bit later, but that's what it's suggesting, that we found a little bit of support. And certainly kind of midday today there was quite a lot of kind of professional buying at the lows, not necessarily high average trade size, so we could just see this kind of catch temporarily and kind of test the highs. So I've been saying that's what I'm looking for, and the pattern looks to be forming kind of this afternoon, so let's kind of wait and see. Just looking at some other charts, Euro chart, yesterday I was talking about how we formed pullback in a downtrend here after exhaustion buying. This is kind of the initial rush, kind of getting out of shorts and getting long, and it's weakened a little bit, bearish divergence signal kind of come in, bang, we just kind of come down. So this has got to play out to pull back to end of trend. And you can also see this kind of risk off type activity happening in dollar index chart. It's kind of the inverse of the Euro chart. So you can see the blue professional bars kind of coming at this 79.80 type level here. Got support kind of printed a couple of days ago. We've got a little bullish divergence signal kind of gone off today. So we could see a little bit of strength in dollar index. People kind of start to panic a little bit more in the euro kind of zone and kind of buy treasuries. And you can see all the bonds have been really strong over the last 3 or 4 days. And the money kind of flows into bonds a little bit early, and so we've still seen some strength in equities. Equities is trying to find a top, but the money's kind of moving into bonds, so the equities is kind of taking its time rolling over potentially after we see that end of trend move on the 135-minute chart. But anyway, you can see bonds, we had exhaustion selling at this point. Professionals kind of come in, we break the highs of those professional bars, so support, we're kind of finding new highs. I know this year during 2012 I'm looking for rates to bottom and bonds to top, but certainly for the time being, the rally in bonds kind of continues. And then just better X trend today, just unbelievable how 1500 tip bar chart, caught the rally overnight and then caught the whole of this down move. And I just don't know any other type of stop and reverse kind of trailing stop that would have kept you in this downtrend all the way, particularly through this retracement, which is a pretty heavy retracement, but better X trend kind of kept you in it. Bang, just signaled a downtrend the whole day. A little bit choppy after kind of the end of this downtrend move, but that's to be expected. Market's not going to form a new trend move immediately after this. It's going to go through some kind of chop, but nice little pattern on the way up, on the way down. Don't look at this during the day, I just look at it at the end of the day just to see what kind of happens. So I'm not using it in my day trading per se. And then just looking at long-term charts, 40,500 tip bar chart, with the activity overnight, I mean, it was kind of, let's go to 4,500 tip bar chart. Classic yesterday's activity, the close of trade, we had professionals kind of getting out, but then overnight, it's so easy for the professionals to use the, lack of volume to game this thing up. So they gamed it up over to 13, 16 or 17, something like that. Rambo patterns at the highs, pull back to end of trend on 4,500. So we started the day at this kind of high before the PMI numbers, consumer confidence numbers kind of came out, and another flush signal kind of as this thing kind of rolls over. But blue professional bar kind of midday, professionals kind of stepped in, took it up, got cyclical support kind of coming in here. 13,500, you can see again all those Rambo patterns in the overnight session, and then this whole cluster of blue professional bars coming in just above 1,300, kind of picking up those lows. So that's the strength that we're starting to see on the 135-minute chart. And then 4,500, there's all those blue professional bars. So we had exhaustion selling, first bullish divergence signal kind of comes in, we test back down here, amateur down bars, testing that and kind of coming back, and professionals at the end of the day, typical kind of taking profits or kind of just getting out. So I'm always a little bit wary about professionals bars at the end of the day, because they're just kind of squaring off positions more than anything. So kind of interesting day, pull back to end of trend, bang, and then this will be pull back to dirty end of trend at some point. We'll find a support here. So potentially tomorrow, the 135-minute chart might hold and we might kind of continue to rally. Hate rallies, but gotta go with the flow, I suppose. And then 1500 tip bar chart here. It was nice today with the beginning of the day was signal pullback to end of trend, and incredibly quiet market the first kind of 10-15 minutes. Just it was just not doing anything. We were just waiting for the PMI numbers to kind of come out. We had that little Rambo pattern, bang, right at the highs, very weak buying, bearish divergence signal there, and then we went into this downtrend. So the first kind of flush of selling volumes kind of here, pullback, end of trend. This is almost like getting the move going. You know, the pullback to dirty end of trend, you can see just pullbacks printed there, pullback to end of trend. Is kind of the low of the day after we've had our exhaustion selling, first divergent signal and a flush signal right down here at the lows, and those are all those amateur down bars kind of coming into that pullback to end of trend move, bang, kind of signaling the lows there at 3 or 4, whatever that was there, and then just kind of rallied from there, and we're just going through this kind of cyclical activity before breaking out into another kind of trend move. So caught the high, caught the low kind of thing, if you like, on the 1500 tip bar chart, pull back to end of trend. In terms of my trading, I wasn't going to get into this because that was kind of pre the Chicago PMI numbers right up here at the highs. So I kind of got in just here after the number kind of came out. I was kind of anxious to get in, and went my favorite couple of points, and then I jumped out because the consumer confidence number was due out at 9 a.m. and this was actually a cyclical support area on the 4500 tip bar chart. So got out quarter point loss on that very first trade, and then of course the thing just went, easily hit that first target and went the other way. So got short at 1075, which is kind of down here. Then I actually talked through the video. I was kind of angry at myself that I'd kind of got out of this thing. Anyway, took a little bit of heat, like a point and a half or something like that, and then it kind of, went my way. Got out at 6 3/4, which so I had to sit through this pullback in a downtrend and got out kind of here. So it kind of worked out in the end, and happy with the trade. But it's one of those days where two pretty big news releases have big impacts on the market, these kind of downshifts, and trading around those news releases is always a little bit tricky. So I don't particularly like being in the market when they're kind of coming out, so that's why I was kind of out waiting for them. And of course, a good chunk of the move happens as the news is released, so that's just a practicality kind of issue of trading news releases. Anyway, so there we go. I'll tag on my day trades. I think stupid number of little videos that I've recorded, talking through that trade, but I'll tag them on. I'll try and edit some of them out because I just witter on during those trades. Anyway, hope your trading went well today. 1375, short 1375, and what is it, 844. That must have been Chicago PMI numbers kind of come out. Let me just see overnight. Yesterday we kind of topped out, then overnight they, all these Rambo patterns leading the way up to the teens. Pull back to end of trend, Rambo pattern right at the high. This morning, bang, and then just sold off like a stone. So blue fractional bars have come in. We're in a downtrend on the 500 tip bar chart. Exhaustion just had a bullish divergence signal kind of come in, so I suppose I should have been waiting for a cyclical cross, but that was pretty extreme. I'm just expecting some follow through. It was about 7,000 on better momentum, so it's falling through the ice. It's just a question of getting this entry right, whether I'm going to have to sit through some heat as it kind of pulls back to here, or if it's going to make that pullback level kind of further down. Here we go. Okay, down to 13s. So let's see, and that's 845. I'm always confused about PMI numbers, whether there's an early release or not. But anyway, short 1375. Let's see where it goes. At 14 even. Quarter point loss, so 8:59 a.m. Let's just stand aside, just see what happens. Just uncomfortable that we've got this end of trend, second cyclical turn after end of trend with a flash signal right by this. Could just see a spike up to where they took it down, and then that's kind of the risk for me. So anyway, just standing aside. Let's see what happens. Well, done. Unbelievable. Short 1075. Okay, so, and I must admit I'm getting in this trade because I'm angry that I just jumped out at 14 here. So it's not a good reason to take a trade, but anyway, blue professional bar here, 1500 tip bar chart. Should be waiting for a retrace to get in on this. Shouldn't be just jumping into kind of a breakout. So let's just see 1075 short. Well, just down at the 975s, which was the original target from the first entry. So came into resistant bounce a little bit just after I entered, but now we've had exhaustion selling on 1500 tip bar chart. Pro signal exit kind of coming. It's not going to turn around until we get bullish divergence. So I suppose I'm just hoping for final kind of collapse. Pretty big move up from the 17s, kind of down here to 9s. Okay, another bullish divergence signal kind of come in here. But this is the first end of trend on this sequence. If we drop through this, we'll get another. Still holding short. Here we go, we're on at 1308, and all of a sudden everybody just lost confidence in this thing. It's just going down and down. Another exhaustion selling signal. Minus 9,000. No blue professional bars kind of come in. 675 is the target. Just hit 775. So final little kind of flush down, please. Okay, it's annoying. We get to half a point at my target, and then bullish divergence. First bullish divergence comes in on 15, but still, okay, yeah, a bit of a rush to kind of get out. Still going to test that down again, so I've still got a chance to get out at target. Let's wait and see. So now I'm at an up bar, 1500 tip bar chart here. So we're coming back down. So hopefully just have a final little rush. I hate sitting through retraces like this. You get to within half point of target and then it does this, but bearish divergence just coming, got cyclical turn kind of due on 500. It's not going to be a pullback and a downtrend, but that's okay. We've had our end of trend signal, so a bit of exhaustion buying here, 1500, so that's just a bit of a rush to buy that low. So come on, let's come down and just test it by a half point. Just looking at this on the 500 tip bar chart, when I get the bullish divergence signals like this lined up, there's usually a flush signal or a big divergence signal or a big sell-off signal kind of due. That's not normal. Well, that usually completes with some kind of selling activity, so we need a final rush for the doors kind of come on down. It's just hanging here at 3009, blue professional bar just kind of come in. We're under cyclical resistance here. We've got cyclical resistance, pull back and a downtrend due on 1500 at some point here. So still holding short. Well, that was all the way up to 10.25. Flush signal kind of comes in, so like a rush of buying, and then tops out with flush signal, Rambo pattern into flush signal there. That's why the flush signals are yellow, the Rambo patterns are yellow. Coming back down, it's a pullback and a downtrend now. So let's test these lows. Let's just go. There'll be a heap of stops kind of around there to get run. So let's come on down. Well, coming back up a little again, but I'm at up bars here, so just weakened to 1310. Just got to turn around and kind of test the lows. I haven't seen enough blue professional bars kind of down here to say the low is in. So, but end of trend on 1500 tip bar chart. 10.25. Well, I came all the way back up plus a little to entry point, but still holding this one short. So pullback and a downtrend's kind of gone off, but yeah, it's pretty weak at this point. It's not weak. I mean, 7,000. I think we'll could get a bearish divergence signal kind of here. We've just had flush on the 500. Just waiting for this thing to roll over because I don't think the downtrend is in. So yeah, 3.5 in the bag and just gone all the way back. So let's wait and see. Okay, here we go. We've had bearish divergence coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. This last little push up was a little amateur up bar. A little bit of consolidation there with kind of amateur bars, but now we're breaking the lows of that. So just looking for this cyclical support. Be a dirty end of trend on the 1500 tip bar chart. So I'm just hoping that it's okay. Blue professional bar. It's almost falling through the ice type thing there. Kind of keep on going. Just hoping for us to spike through to a new low. Just out 675 for 4. Excellent. And cyclical support kind of coming in. All these blue professional bars kind of come in exhaustion, selling down here. Probably make pullback to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. But a negative 13,000 on 1500 tip bar chart here. So it's kind of bouncing from there. Finally. So loss of a quarter on the first trade, 4 points on the second. I'm going to stop there. It's 9:39 a.m. Kind of a story of lost opportunities today. Just, pull back to end of trend with a Rambo pattern here. I mean, this was such a nice little setup, but there's no blue professional bars up there, and then that was kind of led to this sell-off prior to the Chicago PMI, and then short here and just got out before the consumer confidence number kind of comes out, and then we get slammed down and get to within half a point of the target and then rally all the way back. But anyway, got the trend direction right. There was more in it, but I'm happy enough to be out. So good day's trading, and hope you traded well.